and that means that Super Tuesday is finally over. If you're a Bernie fan, Super Tuesday was a bad day for you. If you're a Biden fan, Super Tuesday was a great day for you. And if you're a Warren fan, you're just hoping that the week just finally ends. Um, so Super Tuesday for the progressive wing of the Democratic Party was certainly a bad day for us. You know, there were certain states that we should have won, like for example, Massachusetts, Elizabeth Warren's home state, which she lost, by the way, and another state that we should have won was certainly Minnesota. But what can you do when the Democratic establishment decides to put all of their support behind Joe Biden? Something that Elizabeth Warren should do with Bernie Sanders, but she still hasn't done it. So yeah, Super Tuesday definitely tells us a few things. Two things actually. One, that Elizabeth Warren is the spoiler candidate for the liberal wing of the Democratic Party, and that she has no way to win, and she needs to drop out. Now, what's a spoiler candidate? A spoiler candidate is basically a person who ruined a candidate that's running for office who ruins another candidate's prospect of winning their particular party. So, for example, you could say that Ralph Nader certainly no, excuse me. You could say that Ross Perot certainly hurt George Bush the first prospect of being reelected in 1992 um elections against Bill Clinton, because Ross Perot and the fan base of Ross Perot and the fan base of George Bush were both comprised of Republican voters. Ross Perot was a spoiler candidate because he took a lot of votes, a lot of potential Republican voters, and even moderate Democrats away from George Bush the first, which was the reason why um, Bill Clinton was able to win in the 1992 elections. And we're seeing the same thing with Senator Warren. Um, Now, if you don't believe me, then how about we just look at the facts? In the Colorado 2016 primary of Sanders against Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders won 41 of the delegate count, 72,000 the popular vote, and 58.98 percentage. Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, won 25 of the delegate vote and 49,789 votes. Now, this is the 2020 this is the 2020 Colorado primary against Bloomberg, Biden, and Warren. Bernie against Bloomberg, Biden, and Warren. Sanders wins Colorado, but only gets 20 delegates from the 41 delegates he won against Hillary Clinton in 2016. He gets only 282,000 of the vote. Biden gets 9 delegates. Bloomberg gets 9 delegates, and Warren gets 1 delegate, but she has over 100,000 voters. Anyone that believes that Biden truly deserved those 9 delegates, you're not paying attention to what's happening right now. The only reason why Biden got over 180,000 voters is because he was backed up by the establishment. Harry Reid, Pete Buttigieg, who's that other guy? Amy Klobuchar. All three of them, former presidential candidates, supported Biden before Super Tuesday. That was really the only reason why Biden got over 180,000 votes. Warren, on the other hand, had 135,000 votes. You don't think that if Warren endorsed Bernie Sanders before Super Tuesday, like Klobuchar, Beto O'Rourke, and Pete Buttigieg did for Joe Biden before Super Tuesday, Sanders would have gotten more than 20 delegates? Come on, it's highly possible. He could have gotten more than 20 delegates. Now take Now let's look at Sanders' Massachusetts primary against Clinton in 2016. In the Massachusetts primary against Clinton in 2016, Hillary Clinton only received 46 delegates and 606,000 of the popular vote. Bernie Sanders, on the other hand, got only 45 delegate votes and 589,000 voters in the popular vote. Now, let's look at the 2020 Massachusetts primary. Biden wins the primary. This is the centrist Democrat winning the progressive state of Massachusetts. Do you see what's going on? Biden gets 36 delegates and 470,000 of 470,000 votes. Sanders only gets 29. Sanders gets 29 from the 45 in John 16 that he got against Hillary. Again, Sanders got 45 delegate votes, and now Sanders only has 29. Sanders received over 370,000 votes in the popular vote, and Warren, the senator from this state, from the state of Massachusetts, gets 23 delegates and close to 300,000 votes in the popular vote. Bloomberg, on the other hand, gets 0 delegates and only got 160,000 votes. This is Senator Warren's own home state, a progressive state, mind you, and she only got 23 delegates, and Sanders got 29 delegates. Meanwhile, Biden has 36 delegates. Biden does not deserve those 36 delegates. Biden only got those 36 delegates because, again, Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, Beto O'Rourke, former presidential candidates, all supported Biden literally right before Super Tuesday. You don't think if Warren supported Sanders before Super Tuesday, like Beto O'Rourke, Amy Klobuchar, and Pete Buttigieg, Sanders could have won the senator's home state? Of course, Sanders would have easily won the state. Massachusetts is a progressive state, but because Senator Warren, who knows why, maybe Biden and her did some agreement where they agreed that Warren becomes a spoiler candidate, destroys Bernie's prospects of winning the nomination, and maybe Warren gets some type of high-profile job in Biden's administration. You never know. Actually, you do know because Warren has this history of being a classic politician. You have your views publicly, and you have your views privately. Take, for instance, her not endorsing Bernie Sanders against Hillary Clinton in the Democratic primary in 2016. Hillary Clinton and Senator Elizabeth Warren, ideologically speaking, they do not align at all. They're polar opposites. Hillary Clinton is a fan of Wall Street. Wall Street hates Elizabeth Warren. Hillary Clinton is very friendly towards Wall Street. Elizabeth Warren is a predator towards Wall Street, and deservedly, and she should be, because Wall Street is just filled with crooks. But she doesn't endorse Bernie Sanders. She endorses someone who is literally to the opposite of her. Now, why did she do it? Maybe she did it because she was thinking about her career. She's a careerist. She doesn't care about people like you or me. And here's this other thing about her endorsing Bernie Sanders. Don't worry, we don't want it anymore. We don't want it anymore. You're not viable enough. Why would Bernie Sanders want your endorsement? You lost your own home state. Goodbye to your Senate seat. Goodbye to your Senate seat. You're lucky that it's that other senator who has to go against the grandson of the grandson of or uncle of JFK. Because if it was you, I guarantee you would have lost that election. You're still gonna lose your next election, but you have definitely lost your Senate seat as a senator in the great state of Massachusetts. Seriously, why would you want Elizabeth Warren's endorsement? She's a loser. She didn't win a single state. She didn't win a single state, and she still, for some whatever reason, now maybe the real reason is because she made a backroom deal with Joe Biden. For whatever reason, she still thinks that she has a way to the presidency. Don't give Elizabeth Warren, Secretary of Treasury. Don't give Elizabeth Warren, a job in the Labor Department. No, don't give her anything. She would just backstab you like she has backstabbed the progressive left, like she has backstabbed supporters of Bernie Sanders, and like how she has backstabbed Bernie Sanders multiple times. We didn't forget about you calling the most progressive senator since FDR a sexist, a closet sexist. We didn't forget about none of that. We didn't forget how you didn't endorse Bernie Sanders in 2016. We didn't forget none of that. We're not gonna forget that you did not win a single state, and you could have endorsed Bernie Sanders like how Klobuchar, Buttigieg, and Beto O'Rourke supported and endorsed Joe Biden before Super Tuesday. Elizabeth Warren, you will be remembered as the senator who was the spoiler candidate and ruined the progressives' chance to at least challenge Donald Trump in the 2020 general election. You should be ashamed of yourself. Your great legacy of building the Consumer Financial Bureau is tarnished. You will forever be known as the senator that did not even win one state and yet still believes that she has a chance to win the presidency. You're deluded. Some would even say you're just as deluded as Donald Trump.